in Ogden. Well, actually it's my third session, but this is the first session for the new podcast, and I've set up my Gray's wing rod with a weight forward 7 line, and the first 7 feet from the end of the fishing line is 15-pound Breckenstein, a butt piece, and along the butt piece I've got 3-ton water knots that I use to put my indicators on. 2, 3. So that allows me to go to 8 feet deep without having to cut and splice and put new bits in or take bits out. I can just move my indicator loop up to each one of the blood knots, and it deepens they're all set at a foot deep, it deepens my rig by a foot. But today I'm going to be setting up around about 6 feet. So a 4 feet butt piece, 4 feet, I've got a 4 feet leader on it, monofilament, fluorocarbon leader, just straight through, 7 pound. So that's 5, 6. So I'm going to fish it around about 6 feet deep. And on this one, I'm going to be putting on a big orange bug, and it's primarily to hold up the fly at the end of the leader without them to revert to thingy-bobbers and plastic indicators. And you do catch some fish on these, it just looks like a big booby. So I'm going to tie the flies on and then show you what the flies are I've got on a later date. You don't want to sit and watch me tying these flies. So that's it for now. To the flies. I've just tied these flies on, and I say this rig's set about 6 feet, and then the point of the rig is the fly that's on the YouTube channel, the God Only Knows Why They Take It fly, and you can see it's a balanced fly. It lies horizontally. It's got a tungsten bead in the head, so it balances the hook up, and when it swims in the water it swims horizontally. And then in the top dropper at 6 feet is a big orange bug. Oh, it's like a big booby with legs, that's all. Just to hold up that tungsten bead to let it drift down through. And that is the first setup, set at 6 feet. The reason behind setting it at 6 feet, when I was here on Wednesday, I was catching in the morning about 10ish, about 7.5 to 8 feet. And rainbows normally, as the day progresses, will drift up a wee bit. So I'm setting it a foot shallower than normal, and that was my most productive fly. So I'll start with it first. And this is the other rig, it's a GR40, a Gray's GR40. And on the tail, again, is a balanced hook. It's a jig hook balanced with a tungsten bead. And that's a Meerbeck marble, which I caught with on Wednesday too. But I've set this rig, same again, the big bug and the top dropper. And you'll see the wee things hanging. There's where I can shift this popper here, I can shift up quickly, a foot deeper, another foot deeper. So, and it don't interfere with casting or anything with the wee droppers hanging off. It saves you biting and tying and retying and to get different depths, and that's the way I do it. So anyway, that's the second. The thoughts behind it, I caught it in the bay area here where the slope goes down, and when it hits and levels, it's running about 7 to 8 feet deep, out there about 20 feet. And if you're tripping your fly along that edge there, just off the bottom, you seem to, it's very, very productive. And if that's not productive, you can go an extra 10 feet out, right out in the middle of the bay there. When the water's full at winter level, you'll get 16 feet in the middle of the bay. But it's dropped about 3, so you're talking about 12 or 13 feet right in the middle of the bay. But if you're fishing at 7 feet, you're fishing 3/4 depth. And normally the fish cruising below that, they can see up a couple of feet. They'll come up for a fly that's only a couple of feet above them. But preferably try and get your fly in the zone that they're swimming in. So this rig allows you to move the top dropper, which is the bug fly, up and down to get the depth right. When you start off, if you start off too long and you throw it in, the tungsten bead will drag in the bottom and it'll pull the top dropper under, so you know you're tripping the bottom. So when it's only that, I'll take maybe 3 inches off the leader just to get it right, just to get it 3-4 inches off the bottom, because depth and movement are crucial at this time of the year. If you get the depth that these stockies are at, you'll absolutely bag up. So that's the Meerbeck Marble and the God Only Knows fly, and that's where we're going to start. But first of all, I'm going to have a cup of tea, but the conditions are absolutely perfect. There's a wee ripple on, and it's dull, and it's beginning to get warm. And I've got the idea that come later on, I'm certain there'll be a wee hatch, and I'll need to switch one of these rods onto a double deadly popper with a buzzer in the middle, and try and fish up in the top 2 to 3 feet of water. But we'll see how that progresses. Anyway, that's us again until we start catching. Wow. This one's just come up and took the big bug free. The big orange bug. Right on the top of it. No hesitation. I need to shorten them and back. I shortened back to 5 feet and got a take and missed it. So that was my third cast after shortening back. It's come up straight away and hot the big bug flea. You'd think the nine would take that, but there you are. I like it. If they're hungry, and I like the colour, I'll have it. It's got big black legs on it, so it must look like something he thinks for eating. Jesus, this is not for getting up. Oh. I feel a fight. I feel a fight. Oh yeah, I feel a fight. These stockfish that they're put in. Good quality. Ah. Not massively huge big, but my bloody arm's getting sore time. You don't like the net. My rod was in there behind my head there, trying to get the off line on it to net it. I think this time. Yeah, it slip a wee bit, get it in the net. It's hard at this stuff. It's hard at this stuff. Oh, come on now. Jesus. It's not for getting up, is it? It's disturbed all the water, all the way around about it. There you are. We've got one in there this time. Oh, guys, knock at this stuff. There you are, that's you, big boy. That's it. Ah, nice fish. 3-1 one, man. And home this boot. Blue flash dangle. Like a fish first cast. About 5 feet deep. I shift it to where the shallow at the side here, the dam, and then it goes out and grades down into deeper water. So I'm fishing just at the edge of the deep water. And whether that was just luck or no, I don't know. But seems to be a nice fish, and it's disturbing the whole lot. What I might do is, once I get this in, is walk up to the corner there and try and fish there. Because that looks as if it's well hooked. Oh no, it was wrapped in about an island, that's what it was wrong. Nice fish. That's a nice fish. Oh, that's the biggest in the day. That must be for an apple. I thought the flea would come out. You shoot for it, it's just a big barbless jig hook. I'll get it in here. It's hooked up in the net again. Jesus Christ. That's it. I'll let the fish go through it along there. Ah, they're nice fish. That's 5 in this session. And there, oh, a couple of hours to go yet. I'm going to fish that. Come on, son. On you go. Ah, that's you. Go on, go on. There you are. Well done. Oh, nice fish.